to the Road Show this morning in the Buzz. Ads for a California-based medical marijuana dispensary have started airing out west, and they could pave the way for others across the country to follow suit. Now, the ads feature everyday people giving testimonials about cannabis, which is how it's described in the commercial. The ads are catching the attention of people all over the country because they're the first of their kind, leading people to wonder if we may start seeing similar ads on our own TVs. And many parents are saying they don't want their children to see it. Take a look.
You want to raise your kids and keep them away from drugs in this society, it's extremely difficult. The last thing I need is another ad on TV.
But I don't think we have to put it on television so that our kids are more exposed to marijuana than they're already going to be in any form.
The other ads you see on TV are prescription drugs, and they have known side effects that have harmed people.
Now, here in Rhode Island, medical marijuana is legal, but what do you guys think about this current situation with these ads and stuff?
I don't think we.
This is tough.
Yeah,
this is a tough one. I don't want to see it because of, I have kids. You know, you try and keep your kids away from things. You know, my young kids. Daddy's on the news, but they're really not allowed to watch it. You know, this show we can watch, but otherwise. You got to control kind of what they see on TV. There's no prescription drug ads on Noggin or Nick or any of those Cartoon Network or anything like that. So, as a parent, you want to protect your kids. I would say I don't think I'd want to see them and then have to try to explain. Hey, Daddy, what's cannabis?
Yeah, and if you're in a position where you need medical marijuana, you know where to get it. You've obviously gone through the prescription to your doctor to get it. You don't need to see a commercial on TV like, oh, I can get marijuana to help my.
Yeah, it's like going to buy a car. It's like, oh, they sell it down there.
Right, they sell cars.
So,
right.
Exactly. Being a dead horse.
One of the problems with the medical marijuana dispensaries in California is that they are really so rogue. I mean, you can get a marijuana card for any reason.
Yeah.
I have a real problem with the fact that this hasn't been controlled as tightly as they claimed that it would have been. I think the other issue is it's big. This is bigger than kids. I'm sorry. This is bigger than an issue of I don't want my kids seeing, and I can understand that because you don't want something that's been a street drug for now the drug industry to say this is safe, this is usable, you need this, and for them to say, oh, well, maybe I could use it with a friend or something like that. But this is bigger than that. These direct-to-consumer marketing ads are where the problem lies. Yeah. It started with Viagra. The drug companies said, you know what? We're going to stop taking our doctors out on golf trips and resorts and everything and telling them about the drug so they can prescribe it for our patients. And we're going to go directly to the consumers and say, diagnose yourself, tell your doctor you want this, here's our name so you can bring it to your doctor and put pressure on him to write a prescription for something that he might not normally. That, I think, is where the problems lie. Not just that it's marijuana. If it's a drug that's legal and the doctors can use it and the doctors can, fine. But the fact that you're going to consumers to ask them to self-diagnose, that's the big issue.
Like you said it earlier, it's just so lax. And California is very liberal, but it's so lax to get a marijuana card or whatever you need out there in California. I mean, anything. Like you said, you go to your doctor and, I'm stressed out about this or that. And they did in California.
I mean, just like what they've done with Adderall even. Adderall, Ritalin, all these...
we didn't have that when we were kids.
All these, we didn't.
Got a slap in the back of the head and pay attention.
All of these attention deficit disorder drugs that for some kids they really need, but the estimates are that doctors are prescribing these drugs for kids at a much higher rate, and I think that's where you need to be concerned. Are we just medicating for the sake of medicating?
You are wound up.
This whole idea of direct-to-consumer marketing where you say, I'm going to self-diagnose, here's the drug I want. Here, it's like going to McDonald's. That's the issue.
I like when you're like this. I really do. We're done.
I want to toss to Melissa.
All right, do it. Go for it.
Lily's fired up on this topic, so I'm really curious on what our viewers.
Somebody had to carry this segment.
Somebody volunteered to.
I have to say it is legal in Rhode Island, so I'm not against it, but the ads I think are kind of a bit in your face, so I think we can do without them. But let's head on over to the live blog right now on foxprovidence.com and see what some of our friends have to say this morning about today's buzz. One artist says, I don't think they need ads for medical marijuana. And Susie Q says, agrees and says, we don't need those ads. And in case you're just joining us, I posted the buzz poll question on our homepage on foxprovidence.com. This morning we're asking, what do you think about medical marijuana ads airing in Rhode Island? Your choices are A, it sends children the wrong message, or B, it's fine, it's for medicinal purposes. And our friends on Facebook are weighing in this morning and commenting on the buzz. Donna Stanley says, I don't believe it should be advertised. It should be between doctor and patient. And Diana says, I have no problem with it being advertised for medical purposes. It's a great alternative to other chemically based drugs which cause more side effects. So a little bit of everything from our bloggers this morning. Great to hear from everyone. I'll be back at the end of the show with your web poll results, but for now, let's send it on over.